Then there's negligent death. That the Bible speaks of. Loving one's neighbor includes the idea of keeping them safe. That's why the self-defense laws, most of them, the self-defense laws, if you had to, say for example, pull a firearm and you saw someone attacking your neighbor or shooting at your neighbor or whatever, and you turn around and you shot that person, protecting your neighbor or protecting your family. Self-defense is not just for your own personal self-defense protection, it's for your neighbors and family and things like that. And so we are, we actually are our brother's keeper in that respect. We don't want to see harm. I saw a video the other day of this elderly white gentleman. Somehow had been pulled from his car by a bunch of young people who, it was right after the election, and they began beating him and kicking him because he voted, supposedly they think he voted for Trump. I don't know if he did or not. But what amazed me, aside from the horror of, that's a hate crime, and aside from the horror of that, what amazed me was all the cars passing by, not even slowing down. Seeing 3 or 4 of these, it looked like it might be even gang members. I don't know, but they were young. They were young black men. I can't help what color they were, but that's what it were. They were young black men. And they were beating this white man and said, "You voted for Trump." They were kicking him on the stomach and everything. "You voted for Trump. You voted for Trump." Kick. Now look, I don't care who you vote for. They don't deserve a beat. But they were doing that, and cars riding, it brought up in daylight, open place. Cars riding by seeing this. No one stopped to offer any kind of assistance or help. I couldn't do that. That's just, that really that's kind of like the parable of the Good Samaritan. The priest passed by on the side to see the man beaten and bloody and dying, and they just go on about their business. They don't want to get involved. Too many people don't want to get involved nowadays in the right things. They will get involved in the wrong things. And but negligent death, and I think that if someone sees that going on, they don't stop to offer some kind of help, or at least call 911. And maybe some of them did, I don't know. At least try to do something to help. You may not be physically able to help, but you can, if you got a cell phone or whatever. But I think that that's being negligent. When you don't get involved, you're being negligent. And in Israel, some people died due to the negligence of others who failed to keep their property safe. Deuteronomy 22, back up just a few chapters. Now I'm in Deuteronomy. I did mean to go to Deuteronomy this time. Deuteronomy 22. So you back up a few chapter numbers, you won't get there. Deuteronomy 22, verse 8. When you build a new house, then you shall make a battlement for your roof, that you bring not blood upon your house, if any man fall from thence. Isn't that something? You are responsible, if a man's working in a roof, you are responsible for building a battlement to ensure that he didn't fall off. You hired him to do the work. Now nowadays they have insurance. Their contractors are insured, and you should still have insurance on your property, of course. But you were responsible for building a battlement, and if you didn't, you were being neglectful by not doing so. There were others who were killed by animals that were not properly restrained, and Exodus addresses that. Flip over to back over to Exodus chapter 21. The next chapter over from the Commandments that we were reading. Exodus chapter 21, and look at verse 28, 29. If an ox gore a man or a woman, that they die, then the ox shall surely be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit. Or in other words, he shall be clear. This is going to be the atonement for this happening. He loses his ox. And back in that day, especially on farm, oxen were very needed animals. They were very needed instruments of work, and they were very valuable. And so it says, but if the ox were wont to push with his horn in times past, in other words, he'd been guilty of attacking people in times past, and it has been testified to his owner, and he did not keep him in, but that he has killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner also shall be put to death. Wow. Now, you can equate that nowadays, people that have vicious dogs, animals. You know, if they know these animals are apt to attack, they need to keep them restrained. They need to keep them, you know, especially if they've attacked before, they know, or they've been told. They've been warned, you know, this animal, you need to do something to this animal because this animal has attacked somebody or threatened to attack somebody. Then the owner is responsible. I don't have any problem pressing charge against dog owners who let their dogs run free, run loose, and knowing that they had these tendencies. Some famous last words. He don't bite. I get told that. I can't tell you how many times I get told that. He don't bite. And I've had some of them, he don't bite was to threaten about it. He didn't bite, but he threatened to. Or nipped at you and stuff. But the owner should be responsible because the animal's an animal. An animal's going to act like an animal. He's going to be an animal. The owner should be responsible for this. And so the negligent owners were held responsible, and they were killed along with the animal. You know, if a dog bites someone, they put that dog down. And if an owner has an animal that, like I said, is known to do that, and that animal ends up killing someone, then stiff consequences should be handed to that owner. Stiff consequences. I don't know about the death penalty. I hear God called for it, but I don't know. But if that animal kills someone, some sort of stiff prison time, at least, I think, should be